Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geeky Ones. I'm Jude. Next to me is Steven. And tonight is episode 108. So we're close to 110. That's pretty awesome. Um, for this episode, we're gonna talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling and the New Japan Cup 2022, which is the biggest New Japan Cup ever, with 48 wrestlers participating. Even us here at the Geeky Ones are like shocked, maybe amazed by the number,
Hmm.
but then it feels tiring. It's 48
Wow.
people.
Wow.
So instead of we're gonna predict the New Japan Cup 2022, but to make this episode, just uh just a bit more bearable in some way, or just not just doesn't feel like just feel like we will drag on with all 48
Oh
with all
gosh,
48
wag naman.
wrestlers. We're gonna predict from the round of 16 up to the final.
Alright.
And we're even gonna talk about like post New Japan Cup implications because that's fun. So yeah, I guess we can start with our round of 16 and how we got there, since round of 32 is gonna be easy to talk about. So as you can see, I made I made edits to the bracket. Thankfully, it's a pretty nice looking bracket, and I feel like the software I use to make this prediction thing is the same software they use to create the freaking bracket in the official website. So that's funny.
Yeah.
Since I'm using a Japanese editor and they're in Japan and they're most likely using this editor. Anyway, so yeah, top 16 is preset here from how it looks. So we have on the first corner, we have Kazuchika Okada, the reigning defending IWGP heavyweight champion, world heavyweight
Yeah.
champion, up against Taichi, one of the old rivals and one of the people that, uh, one wrestler, a wrestler, that despises Okada in a
Yeah.
way. He does not like or in a way despised or like envious of Okada's success. Okada's already like an all-time great based on his
Yeah.
record, and he doesn't really have to do too much now. He just has to sustain it. But yeah, Okada versus Taichi. So that means Okada beats El Desperado.
Mhm.
That's fine. Defending IWGP Junior Heavyweight there, and Master Wato. So imagine Master Wato of all people gets a freaking bye. He doesn't have to wrestle in the first round.
Yeah.
He gets to wrestle either El Desperado or Kazuchika Okada. So at least if ever Okada gets upset here for some reason, he gets El Desperado, and if he beats El Desperado, he gets a chance to be a double junior champion. So Master Wato is like the winner on this bracket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I don't think Desperado and Wato can get this,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But this will be fun matches. But yeah, Okada faces off Taichi. Taichi who beats Toriano. I think he'll beat Toriano. I think last year Toriano was a bit too much.
Yeah.
It was excessive. I mean, we love his antics, but if you make those antics last more than 15 minutes, it gets tiring. It's
Yeah.
too
Like
much.
maaantok ka talaga.
But then again, yeah. So Taichi, and then after that, Taichi will face Hiroshi Tenzan, and Tenzan, legend. Yeah, we love him. He's a well beloved guy,
But he can
like
barely move
like
sadly,
Koji.
so, you know.
But
Mm.
then, you know, Taichi is like the present of one of the present guys of New Japan, and I don't think he should lose here. I don't think Taichi should lose on this bracket. Up until this match.
Yep.
But yeah, Okada versus Taichi. So I think Steven, we got a consensus here Okada.
It's gonna be Okada. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't have the champion suddenly disappear by round three, you know. So just
I mean they can and they can and give Okada like or make Naito, make Naito's chase for the title just interesting. But yeah, I think Okada does. I don't think Okada will um will lose this early, especially when they're looking to rebuild Okada into like the championship
the
boss,
Rainmaker again, yeah,
the
pretty
the
much.
boss we love.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's settled. It's Okada. Yeah, I think we have Okada like very
Yep.
far into this
That's right.
tournament. But yeah, um, next up is Hiroki Goto versus Shima.
Hmm.
So Hiroki Goto faces off against Yuji Nagata, and that's always a good matchup. Yuji Nagata is a legend already. And then faces off against Dick Togo. Now, if this were Dick Togo without the association with House of Torture and Bullet Club, this would have been a way, way better match
Yeah,
because Dick
that's true.
Togo can run. Dick Togo can wrestle hard.
Hmm.
He can destroy Kota Ibushi at one point when he was in DDT. So that's one thing I'll always remember. Dick Togo is like the grizzled veteran legend that can wrestle with the best of them, but not under Bullet Club. So no. So
No,
yeah, Goto gets
no.
this.
Easy, easy.
This is an easy round, easy first two matches for Goto. Now next up is Shima. Now Shima faces a junior contemporary in Taka Michinoku. Juniors who became like heavyweights, but yeah. Yeah, Shima should not lose to Taka Michinoku. And Taka Michinoku, the less of him we see in New Japan, the way better the entire
Yeah.
brand would be. Anyway, so Shima gets that. Kanemaru versus Shima, that's spicy. If this were like pre 2010s, late
Oh yeah.
2000s, early 2010s,
That'll be like a main event.
this is an all time. This is basically Dragon Gate led Ace versus Noah Junior Ace. So no
Hmm.
question, this is gonna be a really really great matchup. So that's one. But then again, yeah, Hiroki Goto versus Shima. And our prediction here is, despite Hiroki Goto's quest, to the time traveling samurai that will try to bring home the IWGP heavyweight title back to his family so he can, just return to his family, which he might never ever do. So he's a time traveling samurai
I
stuck
love
in.
this. I love the Samurai Jack reference.
Well, my friend told me this, and it was the funniest thing ever. So like, he's a samurai that will never travel home because he'll never get that belt. It's sad, but yeah. As much as we love Hiroki Goto, I think Shima deserves a good kick here, a
Yeah.
good push here because Shima is a Dragon Gate legend and he's part of Great, and
Yep.
Great looks to just promote itself, and it's been really good. Great has been a nice little promotion because it promotes the UWF style
Mm-hmm.
of wrestling, and it's I know why New Japan and gets along because they like the sports like presentation of professional wrestling. So
Mm.
that's really cool. But yeah, Shima Okada is the top 8 for us, so that's done. Next up on the top 60, we get this first round match is probably the biggest one in here. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tatsuya Naito, two of the four big pillars of 2010's New Japan.
Yeah.
The ace of the century versus Tatsuya Naito, the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón, and New Japan's best wrestler in 2020. So there's this match. This match is just beautiful. This match is gonna be fun.
I don't even
I
know.
know
It's so unpredictable.
I know Tanahashi is out of knees at this point. You know,
Yeah.
I know he's gonna be New Japan Tito at some point. He doesn't want to be yet, but he'll reach that. But then again, this is he'll never he'll never he'll never back down on any chance to reach the top again. He'll never
Yeah.
back down on a top contender. So, and he'll never back down on anyone, period, against anyone. So, but yeah, I think despite a valiant effort, Naito wins this. Also worth noting that Naito's first match is against Yujiro, his former
Oh
tag
shit!
team partner. So that's
Shit!
actually cool.
No limit reunion, baby. Pero
It's
I'm,
the craziest No Limit reunion, but that's fun. That's a fun reunion.
it's gonna be it's gonna be House of Torture filled. Let's face it. We know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be awful.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That
awful.
part's gonna. That's an awful part.
They're
I
just gonna
I
keep
wish
focusing on
I,
Naito's
I just
knees.
I rather want them gone somewhere, maybe in the U.S. touring the U.S. rather than seeing them in Japan. I just don't like them. They're
Hmm.
just annoying. But yeah, to prevent this hellscape from happening, let these guys win. Let that hellscape from happening. Anyway, next up we have Jeff Cobb versus Yoshihashi, and Cobb's first round match is against an old school Japanese powerhouse in Togi Makabe,
Hmm.
former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and he faces Satoshi Kojima. Crazy matchup. So
Ah.
Cobb faces the old guard of Japanese wrestling and two powerhouse guys. So that's fun.
Hmm.
Always fun. And then we get Yoshihashi. And now, I think Honma versus Yoshihashi, if they give this enough time, this is gonna be a low, underrated, one of the best matches in the first round. Honma can always run. Honma has a simplistic style, but then again, Honma's like Honma's simplistic yet rigid style of wrestling is so efficient.
Yeah.
He always brings the best out of his competition. Even though the Kokeshi is like a meme-worthy wrestling move, when it hits hard, and Honma can still go. Imagine, I think Honma versus Suzuki match went like 4.5, and Honma had like a 5 star with Ishii. I think 4.5 or 5 with Ishii. So this guy can run. But yeah, despite that, Honma gets Yoshihashi gets a nod here from us because Yoshihashi has been on fire since like 2020. So
Yeah, pretty much.
good
I
to
mean,
see
it's like
him.
Charlie Brown finally getting his rewarded after all these years of misery.
He's now a legitimate main New Japan wrestler.
Yeah, that's right.
Despite him not having a singles title, he has proven that he's solid and stable as a teammate. Really cool.
Mm.
And then Yoshihashi faces off against Young Lion Kosei Fujita. So
Easy win.
um the Young Lions and against established stars, you know what happens? Learning experience. Let's not call it a loss. It's a learning experience.
Yeah,
But yeah, Jeff Cobb versus Yoshihashi. We're gonna go with the we're gonna go against the flow, against whatever people would think, and we're gonna pick Yoshihashi to actually go a bit of the distance in this tournament and beat Jeff Cobb. And we just hate the United Empire. Probably we unconsciously hate it, or consciously hate it because of its leader. So that's for
mm,
later. But yeah, so Yoshihashi has a chance. He
that's
always
right.
has a chance now because he's been on a roll. Now next up is GOK versus ZSJ.
DSJ. Oh,
Jesus Christ, this is a really great match. this is a really cool.
gosh.
This is a really cool match. One thing I'll say about this match is it's a clash of it's a styles clash.
That's right. It's a clash of styles talaga with
Anyway,
GOK and ZSJ.
uh GOK Great Okan fights basically is a powerhouse, very straightforward wrestling style. Hit hard, hit harder
Hmm.
until the guy in front of you can't stand up. So usual.
I mean, it's interesting na GOK is I mean, di ba ano siya, nag-excursion siya sa Rev Pro. So he has a pretty good grasp of British wrestling style. But the question is, can he face somebody as advanced as ZSJ? I mean, even Brian Danielson himself said that at one point ZSJ was better than him. And people used to say Brian Danielson was the best submission wrestler in the world. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup because it's a
Yeah,
guy who studied British wrestling versus a guy who revolutionized British wrestling.
who currently embodies the British wrestling style.
Yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
I think with GOK, I think this would be a match that would let him show what he learned in the UK.
Yes,
He was in an excursion for a long time, a year and a
that's
half
right.
or almost 2 years. So I bet GOK, I bet Okan has learned the class. I think Okan can match ZSJ in certain sequences here, but
Hmm.
I think GOK will get the win here. He has a technical, a bit. I think he can show it off here if he does really have it. But the power against ZSJ will, I think, will get him just a bit too. And also maybe one of the best matches here, maybe a top five
Hmm.
matchup here if
Pero
they
grabe
really
no,
pull it
imagine mo we're removing Kota Ibushi after the first round. That's like
off.
oh, anyway, later na.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Could you
forgot to
imagine an
mention.
Ibushi Okada rematch in the final that we never got to G1?
Yeah. Well,
But anyway,
well. This was me making predictions late in the night.
it's
Anyway,
okay.
so
It's okay.
but then again, we should make this little prediction. We should add a little spice to these predictions.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up we have Ryohei Oiwa is ZSJ's first opponent. So both of the young lions right now are
We know
eggs.
they're gonna lose pretty much.
The only two lions. This
Who we are sure will lose because they're young lions.
Yeah, but then again, I kind of wish there were at least two more of them,
Yeah, I mean
or
the
at
young
least
lions in
or maybe like five. Just give
yeah.
them.
I mean, sino yung nasa US si Kevin Knight tama ba? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he might be with the LA Dojo now.
Yeah, yun naman ganda sana LA Dojo but yun nga visa problems.
Shibata
Not
has
gonna
him
happen.
now. Anyway, next up we have a really interesting matchup here: Aaron Hinarev versus Will Osprey. So now, as much as people want Sanada here, I just don't like the idea of Sanada facing Osprey.
Okay.
And I think Henare deserves to get a US title shot, and he'll get that by pinning Sanada clean here
Mm,
or by beating Sanada.
nice.
Because I want Aaron Henare to at least have I think this he should be on the next level. He should be leveling up because Cobb and Greto Khan have pushed hard, have gone far now for the past 2 years. So what I want to see with Aaron Henare is do the same and beat Sanada. This just prove that he can at least chase for a title, and give Sanada a nice little challenge for his
Yeah.
for a first defense. So and then Will Osprey beats Bushi and El Fantasmo, and
It's easy.
El
Easy win for him.
Fantasmo will finally have his hands on Will Osprey, and whatever dumb shit El Fantasmo and Will Osprey has said to each other
Yeah.
is finally gonna culminate in ring action
By
instead
the
of
way,
Twitter instead of a Twitter
yeah.
reply.
Speaking of Hinare, I just wanted to say na if you think about it, in his batch of young lions, Jay White, Juice Robinson, Hinare, um, I think Master Wato, um, siya na lang. Like Hinare is the only one who I think hasn't won a title. David Finlay and Juice Robinson have become tag champions. Jay White is now first Grand Slam champion. Master Wato, 69th tag team champion with Taguchi. And
69.
Hinare, I think never na lang ba meron niya? I'm not sure.
Hmm. So yeah, like
This
Aaron
would be a good
Hinare
run.
wants something. He's hungry for something, and he has to be hungry enough to at least beat Sanada here. That's why
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. And despite that, Henare will get a title shot, but he won't get another big one because well, he has to lose to his boss. I mean, not intentionally, but he would
Yeah.
lose to his boss. But yeah, um, Will Osprey gets this, so he faces off against another United Empire member.
Hmm.
Our bracket is insane. Anyway, next up we have Shingo Takagi versus Chase Owens. Now I picked Chase Owens here because look at those opponents. Jado, what the hell is the even that, diba? What
Oh
the hell
my
is that?
gosh.
Unless Jado does something,
Unless we're
which
getting a betrayal.
unless Jado does something, which I doubt, he'll still get his ass kicked by Tiger Mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chase Owens gets this, the Texas heavyweight champion who has not defended the belt in like a freaking year. Anyway, so Owens gets a nice little 2 rounds and then faces off against Shingo.
And then he just gets, Last of
Yeah,
the Dragon by Chase Owens.
he gets
Um,
made in Japan, Last of the Dragon, boom, bye.
and
At
then
least
bye.
he went. At least he went to the top 16.
Yep, that's right.
Anyway, Shingo. Oh, first round, Shingo versus Ishii. I know this is gonna be a bit tiring. I think it already is. But then again, Shingo and Ishii just wrecking each other's heads
It's a big horse
is
battle.
fun.
Yeah.
Is fun. Is At least one of them bleeds, mostly Ishii. But yeah, interesting here is Tangaloa versus Shingo, if it's gonna go that way.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't see the God guys moving out of the first round here or out
Hmm.
of their first matches. So, but yeah, sorry, Chase. Shingo gets this.
Yep, that's right.
This won't go unless something weird happens. Unless
Hmm.
Jado slaps a Singapore cane on Shingo for some reason, diba? But
Yeah.
yeah, next up we have like former faction mates with Evil and Hiromu. So Evil will have to face his Los Ingobernables de Japón demons every
Hmm.
damn time, and he has to face all of them bit by bit. So Evil versus Hiromu Takahashi is our bracket here. It's just too good to not include. Now Taguchi, despite being 69 champion twice over,
Yeah.
the best achievement in New Japan
Nice,
Pro
nice, nice,
Wrestling,
nice.
because how the hell do you even chase that, diba? But yeah, uh, anyway, um, the only way he can top that is be World Heavyweight Champion number 69, which I don't think he can ever do now. Sad.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Hmm.
Ryusuke Taguchi, despite his best effort, I think Evil with his crappy antics,
Yeah.
crazy. I don't like it. No one likes it. I think that's why they're called House of Torture. They're
Yeah. Pretty
torturing the
much.
fans watching it on the stadium and on New Japan World, and they're just torturing us with atrocious interferences. Their entire faction ganging up on one guy, and then Evil hitting everything is evil with nothing. Like
Hmm.
it's annoying, it's grating. It's like nails on a chalkboard irritating.
Pretty
It's
much.
bad.
The thing
Anyway.
with Evil, though, I think, is that I don't understand New Japan saying, na, oh, just be patient with the stories and all. But even the Japanese fans don't like this version of Evil. People like the old Lig Evil, who was a
I know they
badass.
want him to be really evil, but no, this isn't the way. Like this is
Uh,
just this is enough heat to just make him want to get out of the company.
honestly, I kind of want Tamatonga to like somehow get the upset because Tamatonga's a good guy now.
Yeah, Tamatonga get if Tamatonga
Like if he
gets the
goes back to
upset
his old
here,
costume and everything, the
like
brown tights.
we're gonna celebrate and thank our bracket that it's wrong on this
Yeah,
corner. Gonna be so happy with
yeah.
that.
But yeah, Evil versus Hiromu is gonna be like a rematch from what was it? It was a Dominion 2020. Tama ba?
Mhm.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, not Dominion. But there was an event where Hiromu and Evil face each other for the double belts, and Evil won. But
I forgot if it
uh,
was Dominion or it was the before the summer one, the summer event.
before Summer Struggle, diba? I think before
Yeah.
that, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Evil versus Hiromu and Hiromu faces Show. I hate Show
Whew.
now.
But yeah,
Show doesn't deserve to be in House of Torture. He's getting the same nerf as Evil. They're both great in ring without all those antics
yeah,
blocking their path.
that's true.
It's so annoying. Thank God Kenta doesn't have to do those antics. Thank
That's
God
right.
Kenta is saved. Kenta is that little treasure in the House of Torture that you would just want
Is
to
he House of
cherish.
Torture or Bullet Club?
I forgot. I don't even know at this point. He might be in
Hmm.
both, you know?
Hmm.
Might be his own guy now. Might be his own guy despite having wearing the Bullet Club merch. But yeah, Evil versus Hiromu, I think what's our pick here, Steven?
I think it's gonna be Hiromu because Evil has to be shut up now. I'm sick of Evil.
Yeah, well, we're all sick of evil,
Yeah,
literally and figuratively. Anyway, but yeah, that's our round of 16, and that's insane. Yeah, we hate evil. It's just bad. House of Torture is just an
it's just
awful.
weird.
They shouldn't. It's just no. We should not endorse. I mean, if there was, we can't. I can't believe that they made a faction where I hate more than the United Empire. It was that bad. They're that bad.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
awful.
much.
It's awful. It's a bad experience. Anyway, we're now to our top eight. Top eight is whoops.
Whew,
Anyway, top eight is well spicy for one.
spicy.
Um, Okada versus Shima on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with that. Shima is Dragon Gate's probably Dragon Gate's best wrestler. He is their Tanahashi.
Mm.
He is their Misawa. Or you could say even their Muto. He's the legend who was there from the beginning and helped establish Dragon Gate to be the underrated powerhouse promotion. It's like Japanese ROH.
Pretty much, yeah.
They have pretty low key guys who hit hard and are really really good at the ring. Like hell, Shingo is the best Dragon Gate product that New Japan got.
Mm.
But yeah, okay. Despite that, this is two Japanese wrestling legends. Um, Okada, Okada gets this. I don't. Okada would not lose yet.
No,
Okada would not.
you can't have Okada lose. At the very least, Okada has to get to the final. At the very least,
Yeah, he can't get this. Now Naito versus Yoshihashi.
Naito, Naito.
Naito. Wait,
Or
let's.
is it too early to do Okada Naito again?
That was my thought, but then again, let's just stick to it. Let's just stick to let's stick to our guns now.
Yeah,
Let's stick to our guns. Naito gets this. Yoshihashi will have a great match. Yoshihashi, I bet would just would show off against a former world champion.
yeah.
So this will be a great match, and yeah, Yoshihashi is a workhorse. Come on, I think Yoshihashi and Juice Robinson have that same vibe that you just like seeing them because they always have that energy that keeps them going. They have a great heart in the ring, and that's nice. So now speaking of, I miss Juice Robinson in Japan.
Yeah.
Diba? Would be cool. Anyway, yeah, Naito gets this Okada Naito semis.
Yeah.
Uh if we're wrong, this would be still Yoshihashi gets to the semis. That's a nice little matchup too for that because Okada and Yoshihashi are same
Yeah.
faction, same batch. That's a great story.
Man. But I
And
just can't see Okada Yoshihashi selling out as a main event. It just doesn't make sense.
unless they do, unless they somehow do.
Actually, kasi like remember, 'di ba we always have 'di ba New Japan loves to highlight Yoshihashi's like efforts all the time for the
Mhm.
past years. There was
Yeah, it's
always
like
this one girl, 'di ba? This one girl who said na parang because Yoshihashi keeps fighting, I keep fighting in life. It's like, oh my god,
yeah.
we
So
should all be like Yoshihashi.
Yoshihashi is like a story that New Japan has done well, has done
Yeah.
right. He's a wrestler that they built actually. I mean, well, they didn't build him up early, but when they finally realized that they can do something with him, they can help him
Hmm.
out and just give him the the recognition he deserves because he's a
That's
really
right.
great guy.
Hmm.
And now they love him. He's one of the most well-loved performers, a really underrated guy in singles competition. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but still, Okada Naito. But if Yoshihashi somehow gets here, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Next up, Greto Khan versus Will Osprey. Interfaction again.
Hmm.
GOK facing off against another British guy. Yeah, he's gonna. Okay, summary here. Okan's. I don't think Okan wants to lose though. I think Okan will beat another Rev Pro guy. I want especially Will Osprey. I want
Yeah.
Okan to just destroy Will Osprey. We haven't seen this, diba?
Yeah.
We
Not
haven't
yet.
seen
Not
this.
yet. But like
And
imagine the giant Mongolian chops that GOK got from Tenzan hitting it on Osprey. It's like ah.
I don't want to see a Stormbreaker. I just want to see the Jiangshi wreck a freaking British I don't know, British acrobat. I don't know. I ran out of comparisons now. But
I
yeah,
don't know how else to describe
GOK
it.
wins this. GOK hates Rev Pro. GOK beats two Rev Pro heavyweight champions to go to the semis, and that's awesome. Next up we get Shingo versus Hiromu, LIJ versus LIJ, always a banger. Um,
Mm.
even the evil matches were at least bangers, diba? But yeah,
This is
Shingo
where
versus
Hiromu
Hiromu.
yeah.
This is
Go
gonna
ahead,
be
sorry.
this is gonna prove na Hiromu belongs in the heavyweight finally.
Mm-hmm.
But Hiromu is gonna be close, painfully close to beating Shingo. But then
Mm.
Shingo turns on his world championship switch that Hiromu has
Mm.
yet to acquire,
Yeah.
and just pulls off a last second run of a last second power run just to
Mm.
get over Hiromu slightly because
Slightly.
Hiromu's gonna explode.
Mm.
He's a time bomb.
Just speaking of Hiromu, feeling ko ito na yung ano, you know how, 'di ba, when Evil versus Hiromu happened noong 2020 or 2021, I can't remember anymore. The crowd was so into the match that
Mm-hmm.
they let out a gasp. Like, that's usually a reaction you'd get pre-pandemic, di ba? Kasi
Mm-hmm.
Hiromu is one of those guys na always gets a reaction from the crowd no matter what. No
Mm-hmm.
matter how bad they were or like how like whatever they were doing, he always gets a reaction. And alalang-alala ko when Hiromu got that near fall against Evil. Everybody's like, "Oh my god!" And then everyone was like, "Oh shit!" The crowd was like, "Oh, hey, timing na." It's
I
gonna
don't think
happen
I don't
here.
think New Japan can reprimand a thousand people, thousands of people. So I think they can. I think if ever they can, just
This
if
is gonna
ever
be
they
it. This
let
is gonna
out
be
a
the match.
gasp, just get them. Just get them. You can just pull out a warning. That's the best that New Japan can do. They
Yeah,
can't sanction everyone there.
that's true. That's true. You can't arrest so many people.
Anyway, I think this every former junior who goes to the heavyweight division will always have like their defining moment.
Yeah,
Kota Ibushi had that.
that's right.
I think his defining moment was when he faced Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC
Yeah, for
belt.
the IC belt. Yeah, I remember.
And Will Osprey had that when he faced off against Ibushi.
Yep, that's right.
So Shingo
Maybe this is
had
it.
that
Yeah,
when he destroyed was that Yuji Nagata?
I think
I
Yuji
forgot
Nagata.
which Japanese legend he beat. So and then he entered the G1
Oh, that was
with a,
Kojima. That was Kojima.
yeah, with a
Yeah,
5.5 star
yeah,
Destroyer of World Classic against Ishii, which I love. One of my favorite matches all time. And yeah, Shingo will give Hiromu the same moment he had, the heavyweight moment. So that's gonna be cool. If Hiromu gets here, it's still an Lij win.
yeah.
So
That's
that's the
true.
best part. But yeah, I don't think I think Hiromu will go here so close, so close.
So close. Just a
Uh,
wee bit.
yeah, but then we go to our semis and final, and just let me change the image.
Yeah,
We totally did not edit this within like in just a span of a few minutes. Anyway, we go to our semis and finals, so
yeah,
that's really cool. And we're gonna go the distance. We went the distance, but yeah, here we go. Okay, Okada versus Naito, and we predicted the semis we predicted the semis and the final here. Okada versus Naito. So Okada and Naito, I think this might be too early. You're right, Steven.
yeah,
Might be too early for this, but if Okada and Naito, Naito's goal is to just get to Okada, I think Okada repeatedly losing to Naito until he wins.
yeah.
It's just it's just the most
It
Naito
doesn't work. Yeah,
story out there. So that's the best part. But yeah, I think Okada won't lose. Okada shouldn't
it's
lose this.
Okada. It's
It's
Okada.
Okada. He can't this one. Yeah, Okada doesn't lose this because this is Kazuchika Okada we're talking about, and losing a world champion losing the New Japan Cup actually happens. But Okada is like one of the few guys who can go far as a world champ.
Yeah.
At least beat the curse until the final. But yeah, GOK versus Shingo. This is great actually. This is perfect.
It's an
This is a
elevation
perfect
match.
semi because they're both powerhouse guys. Very
Yeah.
fast, very strong guys. Well, Okan is a bit Shingo is a bit faster on the step than GOK, but this is gonna be fun. This is yeah, they're gonna destroy each other. This is like Ishii versus Shingo, and I think GOK gets this because GOK is set for a big run,
Definitely. I mean,
and
GOK is just. You can tell he's gonna be one of the bigger young lions na nag-succeed. So
mm,
I think this is gonna be his coming out match, and we're gonna see na hey, GOK can be world champion one day, and it
yeah.
could happen soon.
Also, I think he is in the same batch of young lions as Wato.
Yeah, same batch.
Okay, let's go. But yeah, if the bracket here goes differently, we get Naito and GOK.
Hmm.
That's a rematch of their G1 or New Japan Cup match last year.
Yeah.
That's a rematch of their New Japan Cup last year, which GOK destroyed Naito. It was painful to watch. If Okada versus Shingo happens, it's also another rematch of Wrestle Kingdom Part
Oh
4.
man,
But then Okada
too
versus
early.
GOK is the best one here because GOK is just gonna chase the hell out of Okada.
I mean, come on. Like the story's built in. Before GOK became the GOK we know today, he has already been famous for being a giant anime fan. He's a weeb. He's a weeaboo. And who's married to a main character, to a voice actor from Love Live? One of the voice actresses of Love Live
Hey,
is
Nita.
Okada's wife.
Anyway, let's go.
It's gonna be
Yeah, but
crazy.
it's crazy. The story is ridiculous, but it's compelling enough.
It works, right? It
It's
works. It just
compelling
works.
enough to do work here. And yeah, we predict Okada versus Greto Khan in the New Japan Cup final of 2022. And final prediction, GOK wins this.
Yeah. GOK is gonna main event the next
GOK
show.
gets the trophy, gets a title shot. Does he get two title shots for beating a champion? I don't think.
No, probably just one.
That's sad.
Wala
I
nang
would love.
IC belt eh. We know
Would be
what
funny
happened.
if he gets both, though. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
gets two shots as Okada and loses, which is fine. That means GOK is the next Naito.
Wag naman, wag
Anyway,
naman.
um,
It's like what happened to like what happened to Nakajima and Noah. Like why the hell do you lose to Fujita? Like what the hell? Like
anyway,
no one's just
or
slapping all the old people.
Goto. No, we're not gonna dub Goto anyone a Goto
Yeah.
until they become one. um, yeah, I think Great Okan wins this. The Great Okan will win the New Japan Cup of
Hmm.
2022 and beat a lot of great competition along with it. And I think yeah, he has the best potential to win here. And funny enough, he's gonna beat a former New Japan Cup winner with ZSJ on our bracket here.
Oh yeah.
And did Osprey win a New Japan Cup win last year?
I think he did. I think he did.
So yeah, our predictions pick him to beat two former New Japan Cup winners, three with Okada in the final.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really awesome.
I think
Anyway,
Osprey won in 2021.
yeah, yeah, I think it was the Shingo Osprey final as well.
Yeah, that
So
was the
that's gonna be
Shingo
hard.
Osprey match. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Um,
right.
now with GOK with the Great Okan, our winner. Now let's see what happens. What happens um after New Japan Cup? Um, so after New Japan Cup, the next big event, I guess it's Dominion, Steven?
June? Wait lang. Not sure yet. Let me check the website.
I can't remember I can't remember the New Japan calendar now because
Yeah, it just keeps shuffling now. Ever
it's
since
been
the
a
pandemic, diba? It just kept changing and changing.
we've been on a bind. Anyway, let's see. New Japan Pro Wrestling. But yeah,
Anniversary event, New Japan Cup, Strong Style Evolved, Lone Star Shootout, Hyper Battle 2022. That's the next big
ooh,
event in April. It takes over Sakura Genesis, I guess.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we have okay, 50th anniversary show is well, that's gonna be it's gonna be the usual. And then Hyper Battle, I think Wrestling Dontaku might be a
Oh shit.
destination for the New
Pwede,
Japan Cup
actually,
winner.
pwede. Huh.
Diba, sometimes it's Dominion. Usually
Yeah,
it's
like
those.
sometimes they move it as far as Dominion, but like usually, kasi diba when Shibata won the New Japan Cup, he immediately challenged Okada in Sakura Genesis, where he almost died, sadly. Yeah, that was the incident where the head bleeding happened, and it was just really bad.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, usually it happens a month after, so I have a feeling maybe it's gonna be during Hyper Battle.
Okay, so here's the catch. Will Great Okan get the title from Okada?
Not
I'm
yet,
on yeah,
not
I'm
yet,
on no
not
because
yet.
I
He will
don't think
one
they
day.
want an Okada reign to be cut short in the middle of the
Yeah.
year.
Feeling
The
ko
only
Okada's
people who
gonna
can
carry
do
until Wrestle
that, the
Kingdom.
only people who can cut short an Okada reign is AJ Styles, Tanahashi, and Naito.
Only three. Only three.
Only, only three that we remember well because they're the ones who are like loaded enough to do that.
Yeah. So like I just think it's gonna be a while. Feeling ko okay, feeling ko the only way Okan will win the world title is maybe if he becomes a good guy na. I don't know. Not yet. I don't know. It's just it might be too early for Okan to become the champion right away.
I
Maybe a
think if
year or two pa.
Okan, I think at least if Okan wins the New Japan Cup,
Yeah.
I just want them to kick out Will Osprey, even though it's too early for that faction
Who do
to
you think
have
should
that kind
replace
of
Osprey
leadership.
for fantasy booking?
Yeah, we just don't like Will Osprey in this podcast, so
Hmm.
we just want him out of the prediction wheel as early as
Yeah.
possible. And sometimes we can't do it because New Japan loves him enough to be in the main event a
Yeah.
lot of times. So
That's true.
anyway, last thing, where's New Japan Cup USA? And I was looking at New Japan Cup USA schedules for
Yeah.
the first two, 2020 and 2021. They did the first one in August and they did last year in April. So I think it's gonna be a summer. It's gonna be another summer thing.
Yeah.
I think it would fit the summer schedule of New Japan
Yeah.
strong.
I mean, Windy City Riot is like in May, I think.
Mhm. Although, yeah, it's an interesting bracket because New Japan Strong, or the USA branch of New Japan, is a very unique one, and it's great wrestling. I just kind of wish that they put a tag belt there, though, or
May,
at least
maybe,
at least
maybe
a
soon.
faction, because the
Maybe soon.
factions need something.
Yeah. I mean, they have enough factions na at this point, eh. So I
Yeah, they
think the
have.
only
They have.
yeah,
It's like a mini New Japan there. It's like a mini
exactly.
Japan branch there.
Uh,
But uh, yeah, I think it's gonna be a nice little summer event. But yeah, Great Okan. Yeah, okay. So that's our conclusion, though. Great Okan will win the New Japan Cup in 2022. That's our bold prediction. It's pretty bold
yeah.
because if Okada wins, and just I'll pick the guy who I'll face. Because I'm Kazuchika Okada. I drop money in my entrance. But yeah, I think it's a great the young upstarts usually win New Japan Cup, and Great Okan is one of those the new guys, usually the fresh guys. Great Okan's been there for a while though, but yeah, it's a well deserved run if he ever does it. So that's our episode. So that's episode 108. So thank you for those who are watching. And yeah, it's been fun. It's a fun tournament. It's a fun tournament, and I think we live for at this point, Steven, in our New Japan watching run. We just live for the big events because there's just so many matches in between right now.
Yeah, just go for the main event. If you want like fun wrestling, honestly, go DDT. Go
Yeah,
for DDT. Go for
I
Noah.
mean,
Like
you
just
can enjoy New Japan's filler matches every now and then, but
yeah,
there's so many that it's hard to pick. Even
exactly.
us, even us, you can, if you ask us, we don't know, man. We don't know because we know how a tag team match, a multi-man 6 to 10 man tag team match in New Japan has worked for the past half decade.
Yeah, pretty
Anyway,
much. So
but yeah,
that's it.
no way is fun. Although why is Fujita
I don't know.
champion?
I don't know. I don't know.
But
It's just
no, Noah loves their old guys.
I mean, come on. I mean, Keiji Muto became tag champion with but look what happened. Keiji Muto had to get surgery. They had to vacate the belts. It's just
Keiji Muto
why are
finally.
you still giving it to the older guys who are clearly, as much as I hate to say it, Keiji Muto was fun on commentary based on the things I've read on Twitter, and maybe he should be there on commentary as like one of the legend commentators on Noah with Jorina Matsui of AKB48 instead of doing all these things and like hurting himself even more.
Yeah, and
Ay, yun
he
lang.
can't do the somersault elbow anymore, and I'm sad.
Oh.
But yeah, Keiji Muto is one of my favorite guys, and I hope he recovers well. But yeah, that's our episode. So yeah, there's so many. Japanese wrestling is on a roll. If there was one thing what we can say about Japanese wrestling, it's pretty steady right now.
Yeah.
Like there's so many good things in every promotion. You can enjoy it. So that's cool. And now for let's just do this. So for the audio version of this podcast, if you're ever listening, you can out check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Player.fm, and all the other wonderful
Woo.
podcast platforms we are available at. So we're there for free. Maybe not on Apple though, but yeah, we're free on most
Oh,
ones.
Apple's free. Apple Podcast
Okay,
is
okay,
free.
that's cool. Uh, that's me not having an Apple product for a long time.
Yeah.
Next up for social media, you can check us out at the Geeky Ones. So that's
And
TheGeekyJuans. Um, we should put a melody on that. Yeah, that won't get copyrighted by Disney.
yeah,
Okay. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So same handle for all accounts, so you can
that's
follow
right.
us and check out content. On Facebook, we post on all our social media platforms. On our big three ones, we post episode updates, and on our Twitter, we do live tweets of certain events. We
That's
haven't
right.
done it in a while because there's not an event that's like crazy yet. That's
Well, I guess for me, it's just there's just so many events right now, so it's
yeah.
really hard to
We
choose.
have to
Yeah,
pick. We really have to pick one at this point.
exactly. Like I
We have
don't
to
know,
pick,
maybe the next one could be the big March show of TGPW because it's gonna be big from what I've heard,
that's gonna be
and I think
cool.
that's when Hikaru Shida goes to TJPW for a freelance appearance. So
Let's
yeah,
go. Anyway, that's fun.
yes,
For our website, you can check out thegeekyones.com and you can check out our post there. We recently talked about the best Valentine's Day games for couples. Talked about famous Filipino characters in video games since Neon has arrived in Valorant recently and has seen action in professional Valorant. So that's really great.
nice, nice.
She's the fact that she's the newest character and she got pro players got access to her early. She can be played in the pros that fast is
It's a
well,
good
that's
sign.
defining for character since she runs fast. Anyway, you can check us out on our individual social media accounts. So for Steven, that's at Stevie said yep. So
That's right.
Steven.
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And yeah, I just rant about hockey, upload Animal Crossing videos, see how high the pitches get when they're singing. Yeah, that's about it.
Let's go. So for my end, it's do this June on Facebook. Haven't posted recently, but every now and then I'm looking to post more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel stuff since that's the one I play leisurely and I love just like recording replays of each duel because every duel is like an adventure. It's a crazy journey. So yeah, but yeah, that's our episode. That has been episode 108 of the Geeky Ones, and thank you so much for watching. And listening for the ones who are the audio version of this, which will be out
Within
within
the
the
week.
next week after the day of this recording. So once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you next episode. So bye.
Bye.